Have you ever wondered what makes up the world around us? From the air we breathe to the chair you're sitting on, everything consists of tiny particles called matter. But what are the characteristics of these particles, and how do they form the world as we know it? Firstly, particles of matter possess a characteristic known as intermolecular spaces. This refers to the gaps or spaces that exist between two particles of matter. These spaces are significant because they allow the particles to move and vibrate, which in turn gives matter its various states: solid, liquid, and gas. For example, in a solid, these spaces are relatively small, which makes the particles tightly packed, giving the solid its rigid structure. Conversely, in gases, these spaces are large, providing the particles freedom to move around rapidly and randomly. The second characteristic is the kinetic energy of particles. Kinetic energy is the energy that a particle possesses due to its motion. Particles of matter are always in motion, and the degree of their motion depends on their temperature. As the temperature increases, so does the kinetic energy of the particles, causing them to move faster and in a more random manner. This is why, for instance, water turns into steam when heated. The increase in temperature gives the water molecules more kinetic energy, causing them to move faster and eventually change from a liquid state to a gaseous state. Next, we have the force of attraction. This is the force that holds the particles of matter together. In solids, this force is quite strong, which is why solids have a definite shape and volume. In liquids, the force of attraction is weaker than in solids but stronger than in gases. Hence, liquids have a definite volume but not a definite shape. In gases, this force is the weakest, which is why gases neither have a definite shape nor volume. Lastly, particles of matter have mass and occupy space. This characteristic is known as the mass-volume property. No matter how small or invisible to the naked eye, every particle has some mass and takes up space. This is why even the air, which seems weightless and invisible, has mass and fills up space. In summary, particles of matter are the building blocks of everything that exists around us. They have four main characteristics. They possess intermolecular spaces, they have kinetic energy due to their motion, they are held together by a force of attraction, and they have mass and occupy space. These characteristics determine the state of matter, whether it be solid, liquid, or gas, and how it behaves under different conditions. Understanding these characteristics can provide a fascinating insight into the invisible world of particles and how they shape our visible world.